Welcome back to our journey of discovery. We live in an era where science seems capable of explaining everything from the structure of an atom to the formation of distant galaxies. Yet, on this very planet, there are still baffling puzzles that challenge the world's most brilliant minds. There are disappearances without a trace, books that no one can read, and ancient structures that modern technology would struggle to replicate. In today's full-length video, we will dive deep into the top 10 greatest unsolved mysteries of the world. Grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable. We'll completely change the way you look at this world. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our adventures. Isolated in the Pacific Ocean, Easter Island, Rapa Nui is famous for nearly 900 giant stone statues called Moai. These statues have an average weight of 14 tons and stand between 4 to 10 meters tall, with some weighing up to 80 tons. The biggest question for centuries has been, how did the ancient Rapa Nui, with only primitive tools, transport these massive stone monoliths from distant quarries across the island? Some hypothesize they used wooden rollers, but the island had very few large trees. Local legends say the statues walked using spiritual power. Recently, scientists tested a walking method by using ropes to rock the statue, but moving them over rugged terrain remains a major mystery. Why did they carve so many? And why did they suddenly stop? This is perhaps the most classic name on this list. This region between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda has recorded a series of mysterious disappearances of ships and planes. The most famous event is the disappearance of Flight 19 in 1945, when 5 U.S. bombers vanished without leaving a single piece of debris. Theories range from scientific to science fiction, from massive methane gas pockets under the seabed, reducing buoyancy, rogue waves tens of meters high, to alien intervention or time portals. Although the U.S. Coast Guard maintains that the accident rate here is no higher than in other waters, the strange disappearance of communication, equipment, and wrecks that are never found still makes Bermuda a nightmare for the maritime world. Imagine finding a 240-page book written in a completely alien language, accompanied by illustrations of plants that don't exist on Earth, and strange astrological diagrams. This is the Voynich Manuscript, carbon dated to the 15th century. Hundreds of the world's top cryptographers, including code breakers from World War II, have spent their lives trying to read this book but failed. Some think it's an encrypted scientific work on herbs. Others believe it's a sophisticated medieval hoax. However, statistical analysis shows the language in the book has a solid structure like a real language. To this day, the Voynich Manuscript remains the most mysterious book in the world. Mystery 4. Stonehenge 600. 730 located in England. Stonehenge is a massive circle of stones dating back about 5,000 years. Each stone weighs dozens of tons, stood upright and stacked with incredible precision. The mystery lies not only in how ancient people transported stones from hundreds of miles away, but also in its purpose. What was Stonehenge used for? An observatory to track solar eclipses? A temple for sun worship? Or a royal cemetery? On the summer solstice, the sun rises in perfect alignment with the stones, showing the remarkable astronomical knowledge of its builders. Mystery 5. The identity of Jack the Ripper. 730, 900, and 1888. The Whitechapel slums of London were rocked by a series of brutal murders of female prostitutes. The killer called himself Jack the Ripper. He had incredible anatomical knowledge, removing victims' internal organs professionally, even in the dark. London police at the time questioned thousands, but Jack's identity remains a mystery. From a barber, a royal doctor, to even Queen Victoria's grandson, all fell under suspicion. Although there are now DNA analyses on remaining artifacts, the final answer is still fiercely debated. Jack the Ripper vanished into the shadows of history, leaving an unsolved nightmare. Mystery 6. The Nazca Lines, 900-1030. In the Peruvian desert, there are giant drawings stretching for kilometers. Spiders, hummingbirds, monkeys, and perfectly straight lines. The strange thing is you can only see these images clearly from an airplane. They were created by removing the dark pebbles on the surface to reveal the white sand underneath. Why did the ancient Nazca people create drawings they themselves could never admire from the ground? Some believe these were runways for aliens. Scientists think they were maps to underground water sources or part of rain-calling rituals. Whatever they are, their existence after more than 2,000 years under the harsh desert, sun is a miracle. Mystery 7. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, 1030, 1200 in 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers died mysteriously in the Ural Mountains, Russia. At the scene, their tent was torn open from the inside. The bodies were found in bizarre conditions, some in underwear, some with severe skull trauma, one missing a tongue, and their clothes were radioactive. What caused these seasoned hikers to panic so much that they ran out of their tents into a -30-degree snowy night? Theories ranging from an avalanche, secret Soviet weapon testing, to a Yeti attack have been proposed. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the coldest and most confusing cases in modern history. Mystery 8. The Ghost Ship, Mary Celeste, 1200, 1330. In 1872, the Mary Celeste was found drifting in the Atlantic Ocean in perfect condition. Food was still on the table, belongings intact, but not a single soul was on board. The only lifeboat was gone. There were no signs of a struggle or pirates. Where did the captain, his family, and the crew go? An alcohol vapor explosion from the cargo? A water spout? Or a giant sea monster? For over 100 years, the fate of the 10 people on the Mary Celeste has remained buried deep beneath the ocean. Mystery 9. The Great Sphinx and the Secret Chambers, 1330, 1430. The Sphinx in Egypt is mysterious not only in its construction, but also in its age. Some geologists argue that the erosion marks on the statue are caused by rainwater, meaning it must have been carved 10,000 years ago, a time when the Sahara was a jungle, much earlier than the Egyptian civilization we know. Furthermore, radar scans have detected hollow spaces or chambers right under the Sphinx's paws. Many believe it is the Hall of Records belonging to a lost civilization like Atlantis. However, the Egyptian government is still very restrictive about excavations here. Conclusion, 1430. 1500. Our world is wonderful and full of mysteries, isn't it? These stories remind us that no matter how far science advances, there are always limits to our understanding, waiting for us to explore. Which of the 10 mysteries above do you find the most terrifying or inexplicable? Or do you know another mystery not mentioned here? Leave your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give us a like and share it with your friends. Thank you for staying with us for the past 15 minutes. Goodbye, and see you in the next journeys.